My name is Tommy Springfield.
I'm better than you!
And on this channel, we watch videos. I give you my opinion on it. You figure out how you feel about it. And if you like how I do that, click that like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, click all so you can get notifications on every one of these videos. But before we get into today's video, please
allow me to reintroduce myself.
I like to think of myself as a superhero, but the ghetto version. Like Batman, but I'm Batman. I live in a Bat cave, I drive a Batmobile, and I'm still that nigga. So, today's video is about our border is under attack. We got a bunch of immigrants heading to the border, trying to get here before Trump becomes president, because they know the Democrats will take them in, give them housing, give them food, give them a cash voucher up to $10,000 a month, and they get to fly all over the country. Like I always say though, people out here blaming Donald Trump, and I tell people, worry about your state. Because in Massachusetts, we got a dumb governor and a dumb mayor who said they're going to protect these people. They're going to make sure these people still get their money and be able to hide from Donald Trump. Why us black folks is right here in Massachusetts struggling. But enough of me talking, because y'all don't be believing me. Let's listen to the video.
A new caravan of at least 1,500 migrants are rushing to the southern border, trying to make it before President-elect Trump takes office as Texas steps up to help Trump's border agenda.
While we're working on deporting the people, we also have to be equally successful at denying illegal entry. That includes putting up the barriers and doing everything possible to prevent anybody from crossing between a port of entry. We are expanding those buoys in the river. They are completely effective at denying illegal entry, and a byproduct, they cost less than building a border wall, which Texas is doing also.
This comes as the Biden administration quietly loosens immigration policies. Former acting ICE Director Ron Vitiello joins us now. Ron, thanks for joining us this morning. So explain to us this quiet loosening. What exactly has the Biden administration done under the cover of night, actually, to loosen the rules? What are these rules?
Well, thanks for inviting me, Rachel. This is another example where the Biden-Harris administration are going to bring down the rules for in-person check-ins for the 8 million people who are on the non-detained docket at ICE. And so under normal conditions, people would go monthly or every other month or quarterly, depending on what their immigration officer has determined is a successful way for them to report in, to make sure they're on track for their supposed due process in immigration court, whether or not they're going to be able to stay in the United States or not. And so what we know from experience, what I know from experience, both in the Border Patrol and at ICE, is that people who are not detained before they see an immigration judge are not likely to be removed. So when you pull down the in-person reporting to something that's virtual, you're telling the world, just like this administration has told the world about the border, they don't really care about enforcing immigration law. They're not too concerned about the people who are on the non-detained docket, even though there are 1.5 million of that 8 million who have criminal records in the United States or in a foreign country.
Yeah, it's really unbelievable.
So as you can see, Biden and them done loosen up the rules at the border to let people in. You see all those people coming in, black folks, when Trump said, taking your jobs, these people are going to take your jobs. And for all the people that's complaining, oh, I can't get a job because I'm a felon. These motherfuckers come in with felonies and build generations. And a lot of these people coming right to Massachusetts because Massachusetts says they will protect them. They will not help Trump. So a lot of these people are coming right to your city. Thank Carmela and Joe Biden. And when they start raping and harming your people, don't cry for Trump, because this is what Joe Biden and them doing.
Unbelievable to me. I mean, there was a message sent in this election that people didn't want this. And before they leave office, they're like, we're going to make sure as many of these illegals.
It's called that they're trying to sabotage Trump. You know what I'm saying? And all the dummies, all the dumb Americans who lost are going to say in a couple months, look, we flooded with migrants. I thought Trump was going to clean it up. Yeah, we got dumb governors who don't want to help. We got a president and a vice president who's helping them come across the border now. They have apps you can check in to come across the border.
Get in as possible with as little vetting as possible. It's remarkable to me that they can't read the room. I want to talk about this. This is Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey. She's saying she's not going to cooperate with Trump. Listen.
Would the Massachusetts State Police assist in
Massachusetts, I tell you all the time, fuck Trump. Vote for good people in your state. Let's listen to y'all dumbass governor.
mass deportations?
No, absolutely not. I think that the key here is that, every tool in the toolbox has got to be used to protect our citizens, to protect our residents, and protect our states, and certainly to hold the line on democracy and the rule of law.
Ron, this is fascinating because this statement is on the heels of ICE in Boston.
But the funny thing, she's talking that shit, right? Let's see what Trump boy feel about her talking shit. Let's see his response.
Well, she's not very smart, I'll give her that, because what I just said is President Trump's going to prioritize public safety threats. What mayor or governor doesn't want public safety threats out of their communities? I mean, that's her number one responsibility, is to protect her communities. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So she helps us, she gets the hell out of the way, because we're going to do it. And look, there's a clear line here, and they can't cross a clear line. I would suggest she read Title 8, United States Code 1324 III, that says, you can't harbor or conceal an illegal alien from front of law enforcement officers. So I hope she don't cross that line. They can not cooperate, but there are certain laws in place that they can't cross, and I hope she doesn't cross it.
So as you heard, the new border czar said to the governor of Massachusetts and the mayor of Boston, okay, y'all sure y'all want to play that game? Because if y'all break the law, y'all gonna find yourselves in jail. Because he goes on to say, federal law trumps state law every time. So that's the lady y'all voted for. She wants to go to war and have these people on our streets harassing us.
Boston arresting 3 illegal immigrants, a child sex predator, an MS-13 gang member, and a Brazilian drug trafficker, as sanctuary cities in blue states continue to harbor these criminals.
So they're arresting gang members, ICE members. MS-13 gang members, drug traffickers, and sex predators. That's illegal immigrants in Massachusetts, and she still wants to protect them. That's what she care about, y'all. That's who y'all voted for. That's why y'all should start listening to me. Don't worry about Trump. Worry about what's going on in your state, because Trump is trying to give the power to your state. And you don't want a person like that at the head of the state, brother. Please, wake up, folks. Start following the king, man. Come be part of the king's nation so we can get our shit together.
What say you?
It's bizarre. She talks about the rule of law, but that she doesn't want to assist in raising the quality of life of her constituency in the state. Think about it. Who is she protecting? She's trying to protect people who have entered the country illegally, not been invited here, not been inspected, not been vetted. People who are in the country illegally and then are in Massachusetts and break other laws in order to be arrested by local authorities. But she doesn't want to help ICE or help immigration enforcement in the United States. And the people who are affected the most by this are people in poor communities, and people who are in the working class, people who have to live amongst, what we know now are criminals, these Brazilians that you were just talking about. They did heinous things to children, and this is who she wants to protect. I'm not sure what the state of Massachusetts cares about, but I think the quality of life in cities and towns all over the United States are being affected by the millions of illegal aliens that are here, and millions of them who will go on to commit crimes in these communities. And so that's not the rule of law. It's bizarre for her to say those words out loud. It's just crazy to me.
No, it's insane. And you're right. She sits in a governor's mansion with all kinds of security and protection. And these criminals, as you mentioned, one of them a child predator, are able to roam around in the neighborhoods of the most vulnerable communities, the poorest communities, and they're the ones who suffer the consequences. Ron Vitiello, thanks for joining us this morning. I appreciate it.
So you heard it yourself. Your own governor is trying to sell y'all out. Your own governor saying she's gonna protect these illegal immigrants. They're catching MS-13 gang members. Excuse me. Sorry about that. They're catching gang members right here in Massachusetts, and this is your governor. Stop worrying about Donald Trump. Make sure you vote for better mayors, better state representatives, better U.S. senators, and better governors, because they will have more power than ever under the Trump administration. And if you got dummies like this lady at the head, our state will lose. But like I always say, if you're a supporter of the channel, much love and respect goes out to you. I salute you. And if you one of them haters and one of them dummies that support the governor of Massachusetts and you voted for her, cut the shit. That part.